Hello. Hello. Yes. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning. Today we've started a bit late. It is around where I am now. This is 12 noon. So I want us to start off with the daily time frame. Let's look at what we expect to be happening on this chart. So this is Brent oil. We had a trend line which ran from this point here. We had a support here. You can see nicely a support. We had a support, we had a support, we had a support here. The price opened here, it gapped below our trend line. So as it is right now, this is still a sign that we are sellers. We expect price to sell off at least up to 60.26. So if you are on this chart right now, you should wait for price to pull back at least up to this point here. If the price can come back nicely up to this level here, the zone which I've just drawn, then this should be the correct place to look for a sell from. So if you're on this chart right now, we are sellers. We are expecting price to come back at least up to the point which I've marked, which is this one here. The other symbol which I'd like us to look at is we look at GBP USD. We have it here, GBP USD. So on this chart, basically the price is consolidating. You may not see that clearly, but if you check the few past days, just before the end of the month, the price was here, red, green. So this is a consolidation. The way the candles are moving here is a sign that the price is consolidating. So if the price can sustain itself below this zone, then this will be a good sign that somehow the price is continuing to the lower side. So we do have other levels, like we have some zone here. We have a zone here. This is like a resistance zone. We have a resistance here. We have a resistance. There is this break below. There is a retracement. There's a continuation, and then there's a pullback. So if the price can pull back up to somewhere in between this range, then this may be a good place to look for a sell from. But as it is now, we are looking for sell positions. We expect price to continue down up to this point here. That's the last target, and then we have another target here. Our sell off point is within this range here. The other symbol which I'd like us to look at is Euro USD here. So USD so far, we are seeing like some bearish trend. The price is very much to the lower side. We do have a support here. You can see clearly that this support was violated to the lower side. We had a support, there's this breakout. So we expect price to extend itself to the lower side, at least up to this point, 1.1714. So if you look at this chart right now, you are supposed to look for sell positions. Expect price to extend itself to the lower side, at least up to this one, 1.1714. So Euro USD is a sell. The other symbol is USD. So this chart, you can see that I do have multiple cells on it. You may not understand clearly why I'm having these sell positions, but I'll explain to you why they're there. So we had a trend line here. We had a trend line from this point here. So this is a resistance. We have a resistance. We have a resistance. And if the price can come back to this point here, this will be a good place to look for a sell from. So we just want price to pull back nicely up to that level, then bounce off from it and head straight to the lower side. So if we are on this chart now, this means we are sellers. It means that the price is continuing to the lower side. So we have a support, we have a support, we have a support. We have a resistance, we have a resistance, we have a resistance. If the price continues up and touches this level here, then this should be the correct place to look for a sell from. So if you're looking at this chart right now, you are supposed to be expecting a sell. If the price should continue up to the resistance level, resistance trend line, the one which I've just drawn, then that will give us the ideal place to look for a sell from. So that should be it for that chart. The other chart which I want us to look at, SP500. So this chart, basically we had some very good consolidation in the past. In the recent past, the price was consolidating within some range. You have this here, and then you have another one here. So not very good, not a very good one, but you can see that the price was within some range here. So if we can see some pullback up to the trend line which we have at the very top, this one here, then this should be the ideal place to look for a buy from. So if the price can come back up to this point here, then that will give us the ideal place where you want to look for a buy from. So thank you very much. That should be the end of today's analysis. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you. See you. Oh, good morning, Aliyu. Good morning. How are you? I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any questions or if you want me to look at any symbol, then kindly feel free to comment on the chat. I'm really glad that you attended. Thank you very much and see you.